Hi, YouTube. I'm Anthony.
I'm Monica.
And we're the Cooks. And guess what today is? Today is date night, date night. Date night, date night, date night.
I'm excited.
Date night.
I'm excited.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
No, she's not.
I'm excited.
She's really not. She's really not. Okay, so this is the thing. Tonight is date night, and we're going on a date. But somebody doesn't feel like going. Which brings across an interesting point. There are going to be times that you're going to set date night, and one of you or both of you are not going to feel like going. So here's the thing. If one of you does not feel like going, you got to chalk it up and you got to go. Date night is that important.
I always have fun when I get there.
Yeah. Okay, so listen. So this is the way the date night normally works. Because if it was left up to me, I would go to a nice restaurant, the Delmonico, Chef Emerald's restaurant. I would have a nice steak. I would have a wilted spinach salad. I would have a nice entree. Maybe after that, go listen to some jazz out on the lake, something real nice, something real romantic.
It's so much.
So much. But what she wants to do is, date night, she wants to go to the drive-in. The drive-in movie theater. So basically what we're about to do is, we're going to go in the house, take showers, put on our pajamas, more than likely.
Yep.
We're going to leave our house, and here's the route for any terrorists that want to track us. We leave our house, we go to 7-Eleven, we grab Slurpees, and then we go to Church's Chicken, and we grab chicken, and then we go to the drive-in, and we normally get to see like 2 new release movies for like, I don't know, like total for both of us is like $13, something like that. And then say $5 for the chicken and like $3 for the Slurpees. So $20 around about for us to be able to go on a date night. And so, like she said, the restaurant a lot of times would be too much. But
I wasn't talking about money.
No?
No. I'm talking about, we just got off from work.
Okay.
So sometimes my thing with date night is a picnic in our bedroom.
Which is always good. Always good. Not complaining.
We went to the mall and just got what do you call those things I like?
Frosties, yogurt, frozen yogurt.
Yeah, frozen yogurt. And we just sit in the middle of the mall and talk.
So you guys remember, date night does not have to be super expensive. It does not have to be something that you spend a lot of money on. It can be just going to Starbucks and sitting and having a cup of coffee. It can be going to the movies together. Date night doesn't have to be at night. And so wake up early on a Saturday morning and go get breakfast. Yes. We live in Las Vegas. And so we used to wake up in the middle of the night and go to a casino and have the like $3 breakfast with eggs and pancakes and sausage. So we would do that, but date night is very, very, very important. And when I was talking about the expense of it, it doesn't have to be expensive. You can find, if you look in your local newspaper and you go through the entertainment section, you can find a lot of venues that are going to be free or they're going to be really inexpensive. And so you can do things like that. Some date nights are going to be expensive. Some date nights are going to be where you're going to get dressed up and you're going to go to a nice restaurant and you're going to spend maybe $125 on dinner, which is a lot of money.
Yes.
But I was talking to a friend of mine and I was telling him about, how we go on a date night once a week and how it's so important to us. And he told me, he said, I don't really have the kind of money to be just spending money on date night. I really don't have that kind of money. And I was like, you know what? I talked to another friend of mine who just got a divorce. And now that he's got a divorce, his ex-wife is going to get half his paycheck, half his retirement for the rest of his life. And so when I was talking to my friend, I said, how expensive is date night? And when we start talking about subscribing and we start talking about comments, we're looking for people to make comments. If you found that date night has been able to help your marriage out, please go down, comment, and let us know, hey, date night really saved my marriage, or yeah, I agree that it's very important. And if you have some suggestions or some tips that we can talk about and we can tell people about as far as date night ideas, to be able to put that out. We've told our kids, okay, this is what we're going to do. When our kids are small, we said, this is what we're going to do. Here's a movie for you guys. And so here's some popcorn for you. Here's, some nachos or whatever. Here's a pizza for you guys. This is where you guys go to the living room and you watch movies. And mommy and daddy are going to have a date night in our room. And we'd go in our room and we'd have nachos and pizza and we'd run a movie and we watch our movie in our room.
Most important thing is you don't want to become so comfortable with each other that you take each other for granted and you stop doing the romantic things and you just get into a rut.
Yeah, because you don't want that to happen. You actually want to continue to date your spouse.
Yes.
Never stop dating your spouse. You want to always date your spouse. I just hit her because she's playing with her fingernails while we're doing a video. You see how unexcited she is about date night? Don't laugh because it's not funny. Okay. Another thing is that what we used to do is we would get a hotel room like once every other month. And so if you go to, not promoting any kind of business, but if you go to, I use booking.com and I used to use priceline.com. If you go to booking.com or priceline.com and you go to booking.com and you look for inexpensive hotel rooms either in or around your city, that's a great thing to be able to do. And what we would do is we'd get a hotel room every other month or so, and we'd leave the kids with either a babysitter, and then when they got old enough to be kept on their own, we would leave them at home, and we would go to a hotel and we would spend the weekend in the hotel. And we had like a list. Our checklist was, she wanted almonds and grapes and fruit and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted candy bars and chips, and we would have our snacks for our room. And we would go to our hotel room and we would spend quality time away from the kids. And also the kids would spend quality time away from us. Parents, here's a quick side note. With us, when we would go to the hotel and we would get a hotel room and leave the kids at home by themselves or with a babysitter, what would end up happening, not by themselves when they were real little, when they were old enough to be left by themselves. What ended up happening is that it taught them independence. It taught them how to exist through a weekend, through a week, without mommy and daddy being around. And it created in them independence. And then as they got older, there was one time we were like, okay, wait a minute. We're leaving our 3-bedroom house to go to a hotel, this one little room with a bathroom, and we're leaving them with our house.
Our big house, yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. They got the big screen, they have the refrigerator, they have the barbecue, they have our house. And so what we decided to do was we got them a hotel room. When they were old enough and our oldest child started driving, we got them a hotel room. And we said, okay, we're going to stay at the house and you guys go to the hotel. And so we sent them to the hotel and we told them, don't come back without calling and don't just come walking in the house. You don't want to do that. And so we sent them to a hotel and they got a chance to spend some quality time with each other. Yeah. The oldest one was working, and so she would get in her car and she would go to work and come back to the hotel. My middle daughter was in school and my son was in school, and so she would get up in the morning and her and her brother would go to school, and then when they got out of school they went back to the hotel. And so what ended up happening was they learned the independence of what it would be like to kind of live on their own, to be able to come and go kind of as they please. They went to the movies in the casino. They went downstairs and they ate at the restaurant. They went out to eat. They went to the buffet. They went to the movies, and they came back to the hotel like it was their own little apartment, which was really cool. And then as soon as they were old enough to become adults, they didn't have that fear of leaving the nest. They kind of were excited about, this is what it's like to be able to live on my own. And so, but that's a totally different thing. Back to dating.
You kind of went on a rampage.
I did go on a rampage, but we're trying to get our kids out of our house. And so date night is very important because what ends up happening is that when we talk about that intimacy, we talk about that bonding, we talk about spending that quality time, there are times that you will go on a date with the other person, and the other person is really excited about going on date. Date night, dance, date night dance. And then the other person is just like, yeah, I'm going to go just because you want to go. But we had some friends who came over and they asked us, they said, we want you to think of one word that describes marriage. One word to describe marriage. And we both said at the same time, unselfishness. Unselfishness. We had to look it up to see if that's truly a word, unselfishness. But marriage is all about, summed up in one word, putting the needs of, do you want to tell them?
Putting the needs of one another before yourself.
Exactly. Putting the needs of somebody else above your own. And so tonight is date night. And we are going to go on a date. We're going. Yeah, we're going on a date. And so, YouTube, love you guys. Remember to subscribe. Remember to comment. Remember,
you guys know I could talk him out of this if I really wanted to. We're going to go on a date night. Look how you smile.
You want to stay home and have date night in our room? No? Okay. All right. Anyway, YouTube, subscribe, comment, let people know about us. Because we want to be able to help and bless as many people as possible. And so we thank you for spending this 11, almost 12 minutes listening to us rant and rave about going out and having a good time. But like we told you, we are not experts. We're just best friends. And so you guys go out there, have some date nights, spend some quality time together.
Yes.
Because it's much cheaper than the alternative. Bye, YouTube.
Bye. Remember, 1 + 1
= 1.